So, I don't really know how to start a video, but I guess I just introduce myself, but I'm Sophie, and this is my band's YouTube page, we are called The Vocalist, and I'm not with the band, it's just me, but I thought that I'd do a little video, and it'd just be about 50 questions about myself, and I'll also answer some questions about musical influences and stuff like that. It is around 50, I've got them all written down in front of me, which you can't see, but I might leave a few out because I don't actually know what the questions are. So yeah, and also I'm not wearing my glasses, so it might take me a minute to read them, but the first question is, what are your nicknames and what do you prefer to be called? My nickname from friends at school is actually Spud or Spuddy. I don't really know. It was a conversation about chips or something we had, like in England they call potatoes spuds, and it kind of came from that, and I was talking about being the master of all things Spud, and it just kind of came from that, and I've been called Spuddy ever since. And I often get called Kevin by my family because of Kevin and Perry. So yeah, but overall I don't really care what I'm called, I just roll with it really. What books on your shelf are begging to be read? Well, actually, I don't read a whole bunch. I think if I read anything, it's actually just Kerrang! Magazine. I'm really kind of curious about reading The Fault in Our Stars because there's a lot, there's so much hype about it, and now it's a film and everything, and well, the only thing is, I obviously know how it ends because just everybody tells you, so I'm kind of like, well, I don't really know. How often do you doodle, and what do your doodles look like? Well, I really do hope that this doodle is a doodle as in drawings. Normally I tend to doodle like cartoon band members, and they normally just end up looking like something out of a horror film. So yeah. What do you do if you can't sleep at night? Do you count sheep, toss and turn, try to get up and do something productive? Well, I struggle to sleep most nights, and it pretty much normally consists of me just putting on my phone and listening to music until I start getting tired really, which doesn't take long sometimes. How many days could you last in solitary confinement, and how would you do it? Probably not very long, to be honest. I do isolate myself from people quite a lot, but I couldn't last without anything at all. Normally have music or something to entertain me, so I probably wouldn't last long without music or something. Do you save old greetings cards and letters or throw them away? I tend to throw them away, really. Yeah. When making an entrance into a party, do you make your presence known, or do you slip in and look for someone you know? Do you sneak in quietly and find a safe spot to roost? I don't even get invited to parties, so none of them. I just avoid parties plainly, yeah. What is your strongest sense? If you had to give up one, which would it be? I really would like to say my strongest sense is my hearing, but then there's probably a chance it's not. Well, I don't really. Definitely not my eyesight. It's maybe my sense of smell, but then I also wouldn't be bothered about losing my sense of smell that much. So yeah, probably that. How many times a day do you look at yourself in a mirror? Normally just before school when I'm getting like ready, and that's about it really. What is the strangest thing you believed as a child? Probably just the typical Santa thing, I guess. What is the one guilty pleasure you enjoy too much to give up? It's got to be guilty, so music's obviously not included because it's not a guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure, probably Doctor Who or CSI, TV show like that, I guess. Who performs the most random acts of kindness out of everyone you know? Most random acts of kindness? I don't know, I think all out it would probably be one of my friends. I guess, I don't know, I just know they don't like to see their friends upset, and I don't know, they're always a good friend to me and always nice and kind to me and always just cheer me up, and I don't really know, to be honest. I'm not sure. How often do you read the newspaper? Which paper? Which sections? I don't read the newspaper. If I do anything related to the news, it tends to be watch it on TV. It kind of depresses me sometimes, to be honest. Just, I don't know. That was probably, I don't know. It's all about sport or drugs and sad things that I don't really want to hear about. I want to see something happy in there one day. Which animal scares you the most and why? That's a good question. I'm not really sure, like, I don't know. I would say something like a lion or something, but then if you've never actually met one, you can't say that they're scary. I've never been face to face with a lion. I've never been face to face with an animal really, as I live in the city. Well, lived in the city, I live in the country now. I gotta admit though, the chickens that wander around where we live are pretty big, and I wouldn't want to come face to no, but no, I don't know. Probably my cat. That's kind of scary sometimes. Are you most likely to avoid conflict or engage it head on? That totally depends on what it's over. Sometimes I'll completely avoid it, but then if it's a continuous thing and it's going on and on, then I probably will engage it. It just depends really on how much of it I can kind of take. What is something about yourself that you hope will change but probably never will? There's a lot of things personally that I'd like to change about me, but I guess it just makes me me really, and I don't know, I wouldn't, as much as I'd like that thing to change, I kind of hope it won't, and that I'll grow to like myself for it. Like, I don't really know. Are you high maintenance? Explain. I like gadgets and fancy things, but like clothing wise, sorry Facebook, I'm happy with band merch and just basic things like that really. Do you have a whole lot of acquaintances or just a few very close friends? Why? I'd say just a few very close friends, like, oh, I just choke. Really, but sometimes I do tend to feel distance from them. I'd say I've definitely got one friend for definite who knows me inside out, and I could tell everything to. I'm close to the rest of them, and I can talk to them, but he's definitely the closest. I have a few kind of yo, how's it going? I'm just going to stand over here and talk to you friends, because I'm in like no classes with any of my really close friends, for a lot of them. So I kind of do have to speak, but I find it really hard as I get really bad anxiety and I feel paranoid all the time, so it sucks, but whatever. What do you think about more than anything else? You know, honestly, it's probably music. I've always wanted to do something with music, and I think deep down, I believe hopefully one day I can make music that will help people who are going through a hard time, and that to me is just what I really want. I just want to make people happy and make them feel positive and just tell them that they are amazing and stuff, so yeah. Where's your favourite place to take an out-of-town guest? I don't really know, like, I come from a very small place, very, very small city in Cumbria, and there's about 70,000 people here. There's not really much that people for our age find interesting. I don't really know where I'd take somebody, like, in all honesty, like, I can't even, McDonald's, no, I don't know. Maybe Bits Park and put them in the kiddies water area, I don't know. There's not a lot to do. Would you rather pay someone to do it than do it yourself? Why? I think as much as, even if it's something that you like, don't want to do, I think doing it does give you the experience of doing it, and even if you end up hating it, you can at least say you've done it, and I'd rather do it myself. Do you have a catchphrase? It's probably curse words. Not really. I don't know. Although on Minecraft I did once write, like, I was playing Minecraft and, you know, you can make signs, and I think I wrote like everywhere in this house I'd made, like, happy slapping makes the world go round, but no, I don't have a catchphrase. What's your reaction towards people who are outspoken about their beliefs? What conditions cause you to dislike or controversy enjoy talking with them? There's lots of punctuation there that I didn't make obvious, but I think people are entitled to their own beliefs, but then I think there is, like, I am a very strong opinioned person, and if I believe in something I'll probably argue for it. If that other person is having an unfair argument, I'll try and make it a balanced and fair thing, but I don't really enjoy talking with people who have really strong beliefs against what I do. Not that I've got anything against them, but when they keep going on about it, it grinds me and it bugs me quite a bit. How and where do you prefer to study? Probably just in school. I find it really hard and boring and no fun, really. And it's probably a bad attitude to have, but my school irritates me a lot, and they probably could do more to help me, but they don't, because they're focused on people who don't care. So just probably the really bad attitude to have. Don't have that kind of attitude. What position do you sleep in? I don't know, I'm asleep. What's your all-time favourite town or city? Why? Well, I haven't really been anywhere out of town, really, or lived anywhere out of town, and I think for me, where I live now, it will always be where I grew up, where my friends were, you know, and it was what made me me. But I think if I could visit anywhere in the world, it'd be the Gold Coast in Australia, or somewhere in California, really. Yeah. What are the top 3 qualities that draw you to someone new? The music taste. If they have a good music, like a music taste similar to me, I'll happily be their friend. If they like video games, I'll happily be their friend. And if they, I don't know, if they're easy to talk to, I guess. Or if they're funny, that always works. How has your birth order / characteristics of your siblings affected you? This would be awkward if I had no siblings, but I do. I have 2 sisters. I'm the baby by quite a lot. There's 15 years in between me and my older sister, and 8 years between me and the middle sister. So they were kind of mum figures to me, really. When my mum was working and my dad was working, they always kind of looked after me, and I think really they're still not, I'm not going to say relatively young, because 15 years between me and my other sister, but I think they're the easiest persons for me to chill with. Like, for example, I've just been on a 2-week holiday with my whole family, apart from, unfortunately, my middle sibling, but my older sibling was there, and I found it very hard, because I'm not used to being with my family for such a long period of time, and like being with them every day. Normally I isolate myself from them, and I think it was nice to be with my sister, because she was obviously a bit younger than the rest, and it's just much more chilled and kind of just let go with it, and it was really nice to just have someone chill and someone who was just dead, like, just cool with me. Okay. If you could restore one broken relationship, which would it be? I think, on a whole, like, relationship-wise, it'd probably be my relationship with my dad. I wish that it was something more than it is, but it's not, and I think it's just something that you learn to cope with. And I think with music as well, it gives me the ability to write about something that's so awful for me, and I think it could also be a good way. It helps myself to just get it out there and just get it off my chest, because I feel a lot of people don't understand, so if I can put it in a song, it's just cool. If you had to change your first name, what would you change it to? That's a really good question, because I actually hate my first name, and so many people have so many cool names, but then I don't really know. Like, I could make it a celebrity's name, but I don't really know. I'd probably just use my middle name instead of my first name, to be fair. Okay, my computer's just, hold on. Yeah, probably just my middle name, Ellis. What do you consider unforgivable? I'm quite a forgiving person, to be fair. Maybe too forgiving. But I think, I don't really know. I think you can always forgive somebody for something if they have a valid reason, I guess. I don't really know what I consider unforgivable at this age in my life. Have you forgiven yourself for past personal failures? Why or why not? I guess I'll always regret past failures and mistakes and things I've done, and just my past isn't somewhere I'd wish on my worst enemy, but it's not the worst either, and it's people who obviously have a harder time than me. But I guess it shaped me into the person I am today, and although there are some downsides to it, I wouldn't want to change it, and I'm at peace with it. How difficult is it for you to forgive someone who refuses to apologise? It totally depends on the reason, once again, I guess. To what extent do you just trust people? Explain. There's only one person I fully trust in my life, because I know a lot of bitching happens and bullshitting and just everything, and I know it goes on, and so kind of like, in the end, I'm carefree really. I think at some point I've just been open with people, you know, and just being honest, it just stops anything from happening. If you're honest, then nobody can say anything about you, and it's just, yeah. In what area of your life are you immature? I don't know. It depends who I'm around, like, around friends and stuff, I'm like a 3-year-old. But like, around like teachers and my parents, well, I just act my age, I guess, but really, deep down inside, I'm just a kid, and I don't really have a serious side. What was the best news you ever received? I don't think there's ever going to be best news, because you go through different points in your life where obviously best news changes. But I think this year for me it was definitely my mum agreeing to take me to see Tonight Live. That was pretty rad. How difficult is it for you to be honest, even when your words may be hurtful or unpopular? It depends who I'm talking to, once again, and just, you know, I kind of roll with it, and I know that I probably won't. If they ask me to be honest, I'll be honest, I guess, because I know I would. When did you immediately click with someone you just met? Why? What was the long-term result? Are you close with anyone that you knew now that you really disliked at first? When did I immediately click with someone? That was like 5 questions. When did I immediately click with someone I just met? Probably the guitarist in the band, Callan, who you'll probably see some of eventually. We're in our 7th year in school. Now I didn't have too many friends, and I met him on a bus. And at the time I wasn't into like rock music or anything like that, but I like wrestling, still do, and video games, and we kind of clicked through that. And I'd never seen the guy for like a year, and then like I got Xbox Live, and we started talking, and we hung out quite a bit, and we just became really good friends, and he'll probably always be one of my bestest friends. And then he kind of introduced me to his friends, and we all kind of became friends, and it was really nice to know that through meeting somebody I could have so many more friends, and it was just great. And they're like family, I guess, really. Are you close with anyone now that you really disliked at first? No, not really. I don't personally take a dislike to anybody. Like, if they have a problem with me, then that's cool, but I'm not going to have a problem with them. You know, they haven't, you know, I guess. But, you know, if I don't like them at first, I'm not going to talk to them, I'm not going to befriend them, because chances are they probably are just a douche. When do you find yourself singing? Like, all the time. I'm obsessed with it. Okay. That was the question. Now we're going to do some band questions. 6 questions. Number 1, top 3 favourite bands. I don't really have them. I think these two would be joint first, like I couldn't put them as a 1 or 2, but joint first, We Are the In Crowd and Tonight Alive. And then I think the other band, like, they're the only 2 bands I really care about. I think number 3, I don't really have a band that can go in number 3. It's pretty much just We Are the In Crowd and Tonight Alive. Maybe Avenged Sevenfold, because they got me into the rock scene. Top 3 band member crushes: Tay Jardine, Jenna McDougall, Tay Jardine of Tonight Alive. Oh my god, no. I'm sorry, Tay Jardine of We Are the In Crowd, Jenna McDougall of Tonight Alive, and number 3. Number 3. That's a hard one. Top 3. Oh wow. Probably Jordan Eckes of We Are the In Crowd. Favourite song? I don't really have a favourite song, because obviously I just like all songs by my 2 favourite bands and just kind of whatever, but at the minute I'm really liking The Other Side by Tonight Alive. Song that makes you sad: Iris. It's originally done by the Goo Goo Dolls, but I'm a Leona Lewis fan and I have her version of it, and the lyrics from the song just always make me cry. Band member I don't like. You know what? There's not a band member I don't like. End of the day, they're doing something amazing with their lives that I wish I could be doing, and I don't really believe in not liking people. You know, I've never met them, so I can't not like them. I don't know who they are, so yeah. That's all I've got for you guys today. Hopefully we're gonna, so I'm really sorry for the camera quality too. Tablet is just awful. Hopefully I'll be able to get some stuff done with the band soon, and we're working on music. I've been on holiday and boring stuff like that, so we haven't been able to get anything up, but hopefully we will soon. And yeah, thank you.